Alright, so this is my 3rd year at BodyPower, and I gotta say every year it just gets better and better. I love the UK. I love the culture here, the bodybuilding culture. It's so hardcore and real. Like, for a man who comes into this expo, you know, pound for pound, person for person, I don't know if I've ever been to an expo with more serious, die-hard athletes who are so intent on getting better and improving. There's so many questions. They're so enthusiastic, so serious, and I think that really permeates the bodybuilding culture in the UK in general. And I mean, there's no better example than the gyms, than Temple, and the amazing Emporium where we had our ADC. It's just something really special about the UK. People treat us so well, whether it's Gary and Rich and Joe and the boys at Tropicana, whether it's Warren at Emporium, who pretty much just opened the doors for us and just laid out the red carpet for us, driving us to his gym, setting up the ABC, everything. Gaz and Simon at the legendary Temple Gym. I mean, it just really gets no better than that. Really just an honor to be here and to be amongst those guys and to be a part of that culture, even if it's just for a few days. To be you know, a couple of knuckleheads from the East Coast, you know, a couple of meatheads from Jersey, to come out here and to be treated the way we are by the good blokes in the UK is really an honor. It's something that you don't take for granted. It means a lot to us.
The first thing that came to my mind was, I got to get to Temple Gym. You know, I heard about the legend of Temple Gym, you've seen the pictures about it, and I know if I came here, it's a place I'd have to go to. You know, could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I may never be here again. And I've been to, you know, almost all of the major gyms, you know, the Bev Francis, I've been to Gold's Venice, I've been to Metroflex in Arlington, Diamond Gym, all these legendary gyms, and the one place I haven't been to is Temple Gym. So, you know, I said to G Diesel, I said, the one thing we got to do when we get there is we got to go to Temple. So we did take a little pilgrimage, if you will. Long cab ride from the hotel, stuck in traffic. We were tired from the trip. But, you know, as we got closer to the place, as we got out of the cab, we started walking down the street towards Temple, and you can see it from the alley. We started to get a second wind, and we started to get really charged up. It's pretty cool, man. You see the pictures, you've seen videos from the place, you've seen Dorian Yates' video, and you hear all about it. But you got to be there to feel the vibe and to just feel the aura, if you will, of the place. And when you go there, you almost feel like this obligation that you got to really train hard to do it justice there. Not that you don't train hard every day, but there's a little bit extra when you're at Temple Gym, because you know that's where the legend of you know, Dorian Yates and all these guys that have trained there. So in that fashion, in that style, as me and G Diesel walked down the steps, you see all the pictures and everything, and we talked about how we were going to train and what we were going to do. And the only thing to do there was back. And G Diesel in his brain had the Dorian Yates workout memorized, so that's what we did. We went to a Dorian style back workout, which was pretty amazing. Just to be there and to see all the guys that were training hard, which is great. A bunch of young guys in there training hard and hungry. The music's pumping. You see all the pictures, you know the legend. It just gets you, it almost gives you chills in a way. It might sound cheesy, but when you feel it, you understand it.
We decided to get a good workout in, but we didn't want to have to travel farther away from the hotel. So we knew that the hotel had a gym. We went up to the gym at the hotel and looked around, and we're like, we can make this work. There wasn't a ton of weights. The weights weren't even in pounds, so we didn't even know what we were lifting at that time. We just picked up whatever felt great. Basically what we did is we turned like the pretty boyest gym into the most hardcore gym. Everyone in there was looking at us like we were crazy. But it just goes to prove a point that you can get a workout anywhere, even in a hotel, when you're on vacation. So what we did was we went in and took over, and we just started doing some crazy reps on biceps. We did a real high intensity workout for biceps, high rep range. We had an awesome ABC event here at the after the expo on Saturday. One of the coolest things was when we rolled up to the front of the place at the Emporium Gym, they had this huge sign,
this massive ABC sign, on a steel-mounted sign.
And it was just sweet, dude. Like, I've never seen one of the signs like that. It was an actual sign. It just wasn't some made-up sign that was printed. It was like a metal sign. It said Animal Barbell Club on it. So that was pretty cool. It was inviting, especially never being over here beforehand. experience in an ABC. When we first went into the ABC, man, I was surprised. There was a ton of people at the ABC. They really came out and showed support for the UK chapter over here. Basically what I did at the ABC, I trained shoulders. There was a few of us that trained together, but me and Ian actually trained together, and we did shoulders, but we blasted it, dude. It was like crazy. We just did superset after superset, tons of high volume training. Basically, with the workout, I mean, it was a perfect environment. I honestly don't have a gym like that at home, like they have here. It seems like the gyms in America are going more like mainstream, and the gyms over here are actually going more towards hardcore. There's a ton of gyms around here, and they say that most of the gyms are like hardcore, and they're actually trying to buy like used older equipment because that's what people want. And I think that's really awesome that they're trying to keep the bodybuilding in it instead of just changing it off into a fitness type thing. But the Emporium Gym is like no other gym that I've ever been at. It's kind of like when you went downstairs into the freeway there, it's like this long hall. It really wasn't wide, but there's this long hall of animals that you see with this sea of red, with everyone with their red Rage shirts on. But it was awesome. Everyone that came out and really worked hard. It wasn't just like a talk session. We really went in there and busted our asses.
Myself and NG, who has trained about 70,000 times with me at this point. This is like our 15,000th chest workout together. But we had a chance to train with Sprint and his buddy James, and I had a few other guys working in with us over the course of the time there. And we just, went all out. I wanted to kind of live up to the standard of last year's workout for Sprint. I know that, he was really motivated and inspired by our training last year, and I wanted to make sure that what we did this year lived up to that. And I think really that's a metaphor for life in general. It's a metaphor for what we do in Animal. It's just the idea of trying to set a high standard and continually striving to live up to that.
Anytime I see someone in an Animal shirt, I know that I can relate to them because they have something in common with me. It's not like something like a glitz and glamour thing. We're wearing it because it represents Animal. It represents what we are.